Welcome back to Bulgaria and welcome back to Bdin Vidin in our Football Manager 24 Build a Nation save.
Hello guys and welcome back to another season here as the manager of Bdin Vidin in Bulgaria in our Build a Nation save. It is the 18th of June. It's not too long in game since you're last here. There's not too much to go over in this section. I am going to load up the next part of the save in just a minute, but this is just a quick introduction to the new season. Quick introduction to the new season. That is pretty much it. Financially, we're doing very, very well. £50 million transfer budget for the season. We are committed to be over the wage budget, but obviously we've got some signings coming in. We're still in the transfer market, of course, with it being the 18th of June. So there's going to be some more. There's going to be some ins and some outs, which is where we're going to start. So we'll crack on, shall we? And here we are, guys, back in the save. We're now in September, just like that. Click on my fingers. We're in September. You can see there the training facilities upgrade has completed. We've still got £116 million in the bank. The key player is now listed as Gonzalo Medina, who is still growing absolutely fantastically. Still only 21 years old as well. According to this, he's reached his potential, but we've still got some upward arrows, which is we'll take that, you know. We'll take that. £116 million in the bank. We're currently at a profit. We're under the wage budget by £138,000. So we're doing quite well. Doing quite well financially. We've got a little bit of transfer budget left. We have been busy beavers, and that is the place that we're going to start. There's still some as well yet to join because of their age. Some Brazilians. But in terms of transfer history, let's have a look. It's been a big spending season. It's been a big coming in season as well. It's the biggest that we've ever had, and we've smashed records left, right and centre this season. So let's go. We've spent £209 million, but we've recouped £218 million. So we're actually at a net gain in terms of transfer revenue. But we have, like I say, absolutely smashed our transfer budget. Sorry, our transfer record. And the first guy in was Juan Almeida. He is a 19-year-old Argentine on the right-hand side of the midfield. Does have some potential. 1.5 million paid for him. Potential loan farm player. In fact, he's out on loan. He's at Spartak Varna, so he is a loan farm player. If he can reach some of this, you know, a couple of seasons' time, could become a player that we flip. Juan Almeida could also stay on loan at Spartak Varna for quite a while. That's a little one. Next one broke the transfer record, and that was Manuel Rodriguez. We signed him from Porto for £50 million. Probably overpaid for him, you know, as we do. We like to overpay for players here. He's a 26-year-old Colombian with a Portuguese nationality as well, so he's EU national. But with the new system, or one of the new systems that we play, we now play with some wingers. So we've signed Manuel for that role. And we're looking at, you know, things like his acceleration, his pace, his agility. Could be quicker. Don't get me wrong, he could be quicker. But his flair, his dribbling, things like that. He looks like he's going to be a very, very good left winger for us. Not quite as good as Medina, but Medina could potentially find himself as that inside forward for us. Maybe not. I kind of like him as a wing back. But Manuel Rodriguez, new record signing, £45 million up front. There's £50 million with add-ons. He's played 4, scored 3 for us so far. He did pick up an injury earlier on in the season. Thomas Esposito was the other one that you saw, free transfer from Real Madrid. Another left winger. He's the one I initially signed. He's on £62,000 a week. And then I found Rodriguez, and I much preferred Rodriguez, but again, he's got decent pace, decent agility, decent flair on this left-hand side, so he can definitely do a job for us. Not featured so much for us so far. Did play in the Super Cup, by the way, which we did win 6-1 over Ludogorets. We absolutely battered Ludogorets in that. So that's Thomas. Oscar Navarro, we had a brief look at the end of last season, is one of the new strikers who's coming. He's flying. 2 appearances, 2 starts, and 5 off the bench with 5 goals. Scored 2 against that Levski off the bench, by the way, in the Super Cup. He's absolutely flying for a free transfer. Wages maybe a little bit high. But yeah, he's definitely a very, very good striker for us to have. Judy Moke, I'm going to call him, was initially signed to play either, depending on which system we're playing, as a ball-winning midfielder in the middle of the park, which, you know, he's reasonable at, but he tends to play for us as a defensive midfielder, which is the system that we kind of use a bit more than the others, maybe. But again, he's got some great attributes for that. He's on £70,000 a week, and he is 31 years old. But he was a free transfer from Wolfsburg. If we can sell him at the end of the season, make a little bit of money back on him, that would be fantastic. But he's another good addition to the squad, shall we say. Thomas Kudela has featured quite a lot for us. He's another ball-winning midfielder, and that is primarily what we signed him for. He's pretty good as a ball-winning midfielder. He's played reasonably well for us so far as well. So another free transfer, though, £69,000, I beg your pardon. Not on too much money, brought in from Slavia Prague. So we're trying to strengthen the areas that sort of matter. And that's kind of what happened here with Malcolm Allison. He's English, though, so we have paid a lot of money for him from Man United. Another one who's brought in as a defensive midfielder. Maybe looking at his polygon, you might think, yeah, he's not great, is he? He's 23 years old. He could still hit some of this. But as a defensive midfielder, you know, again, he's very, very good. Can also play as a centre-half, as a ball-playing defender, which, you know, we have utilised him in a couple of times so far this season. He's sort of split his roles between the two. So that is Malcolm Allison. 32 million paid. We could possibly recoup that for him. But again, I'm quite happy with Malcolm. He's got some, decent attributes. As a central defender, though, at 5'9" with 4 jumping reach, maybe not the best, but he's more brought in for this and this ball-winning midfielder, which he can do. He's got a decent first touch as well, so if he gets the ball in that area, he can look after himself. Next one in, Ernesto Araya, coming in for 12 million, rising to 17.5 million. He's coming from Huracan. He's Argentinian, but he has got Italian nationality, so again, he's got that EU nationality. He's another striker, very much a squad player in Ernesto. Has scored for us, though, so far this season, but again, he's got great agility, pace, stamina, can also play out here, which is more than likely where he's going to play for us with the attributes that he's got. But Charlie Castles is actually turns out is quite a good right winger, so that's where he is. And anyway, the next one is the record signing. And it is a centre-half, a 24-year-old Frenchman from Lille. And the reason that we've spent the money on a centre-half is because, as I said, Ender Sanchez has in fact left. But as a ball-playing central defender, he's quick, which matters in this year's match engine. It matters in the match engine, full stop. Natural fitness is great. Jump and reach is great. Balance is good. He's strong. He can tackle. His positioning's okay. His marking's good. First touch, heading is excellent. Mentals are good as well. So we've splashed the cash on him, and he started off quite well for us. We need some defensive stability, and Julian alongside Kenny Lund is very, very good. Kenny Lund's still improving as well. One of the systems we do play does use 3 central defenders, so I am still short central defender because Miljokovic is the other option, although he's not too bad. Again, decent jumper reach. Natural fitness, his pace is okay, tackling's really good. So that's Julian Brunn, the new record signing. He's on a lot of money as well, but look at his value. You can tell a player's a good player when they come to Bulgaria, and the value's that. Roberto Martin is a centre forward, and again, when we go through the outs, you'll see why we've signed a centre forward. 21 years old, £37 million from Atletico Madrid, loads of potential. He's pretty good as an advanced forward. Could do with being a little bit quicker, but he's got okay flair. He's good off the ball, which is key. First touch and finishing. He can also run with the ball as well. So Roberto's come in. He's only as a squad player, though. A fringe player, I beg your pardon. Obviously, he doesn't rate himself. And I think Thomas Rosicky is my director of football, obviously doesn't rate him either, but I do, so he's going to get some game time. And then we've got a couple of bit part players, Fernando Rajman, Brazilian, and Claudio Cruz, an Argentinian, 19 years old. £6 million for him, but he's another striker, definitely a loan farm player. Missed the deadline with him, though. In terms of the outs, though, guys, the big ones, of course, there's lots of loans, like there always is. Ender Sanchez did join Manchester United. We've got a total of £17 million for him, so we have made a £19 million loss on him, unfortunately. But I just didn't rate him. I didn't rate him. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about him. I overspent with him. He did play 44 times for us in the 2 years he was here. Yeah. So he's gone. He's gone to Man United, and that is the reason that we've gone out and signed Julian Brunn. Loads of frees. Obviously, that's disappointing to not get any money for Ali Marungu. But you know, it's £775,000 a week, by the way, for Ali Marungu. Yeah. David Martican's gone on a free as well. Another one who was a great servant to the club here a long, long time. Just not what we need anymore. Loads of loans. You know, we're selling a couple of fringe players now to other Bulgarian clubs like Mohamed Isak, who spent a long, long time at Itar. 198 appearances for them. But Levski came in. Itar didn't want to renew his loan. Levski came in with a fee for him. So we took it, and hopefully he can do some work at Levski Sofia. The big one, Mayabi Gowri. I said he was going to be the replacement to Ali Marungu. I decided to accept Real Madrid's £113 million bid for him, starting at £88 million plus add-ons, because why not? We paid £400,000 for him. And we've just sold him for £113 million. He's got some good attributes, don't get me wrong. As a defensive midfielder, he's looks fantastic. He's got good personality as well. It's £113 million though. So, you know, we couldn't really say no to it. Konstantin Eckhart, fringe player, it's gone. Mareya has gone to Botev Plovdiv. He's another decent striker, so hopefully he does well for Botev. Murphy Chasaport has gone to Damac. He's on £31,000 a week now as well. Again, another one who didn't massively feature for us. Spent a long time at CSKA Sofia. So we brought in a small fee for him. So we've got Gowri, Chasaport, lots of... Jonathan's now joined Barreau for a small fee. Another decent striker. But the big one, Fernando Baron. I had no intentions of selling Fernando, so I was rejecting bids. This started off at £13 million, by the way. I was rejecting the bids. Milan kept coming back. PSG kept coming back. And we got it up to 104 million plus add-ons. Takes it to £126 million. We paid £4.6 million for him. That's a £120 million flip. And I never liked this about him, Yes, 99 goals and 157 appearances in the league in Bulgaria is very, very good. It's £126 million, guys. And that is the reason that we have signed Roberto Martin. I think Roberto is going to be more than capable of being Fernando's replacement. He's quicker, he's better attacking. Not as good as in the air, but that doesn't really matter. Vision could obviously do with improving. I think that Roberto, for the money wise, is going to be better than Fernando was for us. 21 to 29 as well. We've got £126 million for a 29-year-old, which is fantastic. So that is the big outs. In terms of how the league's gone so far this season, we've started off absolutely flying with the new formations, the new players that we're playing. We thumped Levski 7-1 here in this game, which is obviously fantastic. We're currently comfortably top of that, which is something that we need to do. The last couple of seasons, as I pointed out, have been a little bit poor. In terms of the Champions League and who we were drawn against in that, let's have a look. Let's get rid of these. We have been drawn against 2 French clubs, so we're going to do 2 league phase games this season because we are, of course, chasing down France. We're going to start off away today to Lian. We then have Barcelona, who we need to get a little bit of revenge for that drubbing they gave us a couple of seasons ago. Milan, so we're going to face off against Fernando. Bodo Glimt, Porto, Real Madrid. Then we're going to come back and do Marseille. Hopefully we're comfortably qualified by then. Dinamo Zagreb in there as well. In terms of Let me get it up. Qualifiers for Europe. Levski Sofia, Champions League. Let's have a look and see if they actually made it in. No. That's disappointing. They were knocked out by Sporting. Portuguese club, be right behind us. Not good. So then Europa League. Salzburg, Fiorentina, Legia Warsaw, Villarreal, Sturm Graz, Hoffenheim, Slavia Prague and Sevilla. And that defeat to the Portuguese teams it means they're moving back above us as things stand, which is not great. Ludogorets back in Europe. Back in Europe, which is fantastic to see. We need Ludogorets in Europe. Europa League qualifiers. Got Bastille, Vicente and Lugano, which is great. They're in the Europa League phase. Fantastic. Hopefully they can do well. Anderlecht, Domzali, Ferencváros, PSV Eindhoven, Crvena Zvezda, Spartak Tirana, Wolfsburg and Liverpool down in the Europa League. So that's good from Ludogorets. CSK 1948, possibly the second biggest club in Bulgaria now. They are straight into the Europa League phase. Juventus, Monaco, that could be a key game. Sparta Prague, Antwerp, Brøndby, Wolfsburg, Hoffenheim and Fenerbahce. So, yeah. And then finally we have Barrow, who are in the Conference League. Hopefully they're actually in it. They're not actually in it. That's disappointing. We need to Barrow to be kicking on, really. So we do only have the 5 this season. It might be next season that we get 6. They got past a Faroese club before being knocked out by Gladbach. That's really disappointing from a Bulgarian point of view. Still only showing us having 5 European spots. Not sure why. Not sure why. We are heavy favourites, of course, as you'd expect. Not sure why we're only showing us having 5 spots. We'll obviously have to keep an eye on the end of the season. Anyway, guys, I have rambled on enough. So we're going to get into... Okay, that's a little bug there. That's a little bug there. I'm thinking I haven't played the Lian game. Let's where's all my filters gone? Let's put them back on. Yeah, we're at Lian. That's got us as being away. Ah, that's why. There we go. That confused the hell out of me. We are away to Lian today as the only representative of Bulgaria in the Champions League again. This could be a key game. And this is not the formation we're going to play with. We are going to play with this one. And no, we're going to play with... we're going to play with this one. And some of you who are, of course, fans of Second Yellow Card may recognise the formation. It's the one he's currently using in Malta, in his save. I thought I'd give it a go, see how we got on. I kind of want Brun in the middle for his jumping reach, and then in terms of the other one, we're going to go with Miljokovic. We do still have Enzo Vias here as well. We're going to get Thomas Kudea in instead of Elias and have Costa as that Segundo Volante. So it's Sanis, Miljokovic, Brun and Lund, Medina, Kudela, Costa, Lima, Royo, Castles and Navarro. Roberto Martin is actually currently injured. He came in, played one game, picked up an injury halfway through it, which is not good. But he did get an assist in that game, which is fantastic. So that's one of the new formations. Obviously, we've got this one as well. I can't remember what this one is. This one is the old one. It's the old one. So this is what we're going to go with today, guys. Hopefully, we can pick up that win in France. Right, any former players? Yes, Diego Clement spent some time on loan here, didn't he? He did indeed. He spent a season on loan, 12 goals and 25 appearances, some 10 years ago now, formerly of Rennes. I think that's it. I don't recognise any of the other players. No substitutes either. Anyway, let's go away to Lian. Like I say, we need a good result here against the French clubs. And we get our first highlight, and it's Julian Brun to Diogo Costa. Costa comes back inside, finds Miljokovic. Miljokovic has Lima outside of him. Miljokovic again, gives it to Costa. Costa into the middle and David Royo. Kudela. Brun to Kenny Lund, the young Swede. Forward towards Royo. Nice little turn away from the defender. Can he do something? We finds Medina. Medina with the ball in, looking for Navarro. Headed clear. Not cleared very well, though. Only as far as Kudela. Kudela switches the play to the right, and Lima, does he? No, goes himself. It's a good effort from Kudela. Not what he's brought in for, though, shall we say. He's definitely more the defensive player that we have in that midfield. As a corner for Lian, swung in towards that far post. Zanis does really, really well and claims that one. Coincidentally, Zanis, I believe, was the winner of the next gen. I think we also had the runner-up and the third place, but the third place is a guy out on loan, so doing well there. But here comes Lima, the elder statesman of the team now. Kudela, Costa, Royo, Navarro. Nice ball through for Charlie Castles. Puts the ball in the back of the net for his 4th of the season. Get the VAR check out the way. Hopefully it's onside. There's been loads of interest over the summer, by the way, in Charlie Castles. We're up to about £90 million for him as things stand. But I kind of want to keep a hold of Charlie for a little while longer. It has been ruled out for offside. He's gone fractionally too early, has Charlie. Good build-up play, though, from a bidding point of view. His Sanchez for Lian. Today to Agbo. Back to Sanchez. Gonzalez, well pressed by Costa. Good tackle. Milivojevic finds Kudela into the forward line, and Navarro comes back to Kenny Lund. Back to Navarro. Good ball, through ball for looking for Medina. It's cut out, though, by Dornier. Medina a little bit flat on his feet there. And now Lamy. We've pressed the ball high again. Now Castles. Navarro chips it over the keeper into the back of the net for his 8th of the season. Great pressing football there from the Bdin front line to win the ball back a couple of times there. Lamy with the pass into Vila. Royo pinches it. Castles with the through ball for Navarro. The left back playing him onside comfortably. It's a great finish from Navarro. He looks like he's going to be a great signing. As here's Dornier with the free kick. Zanis parries it behind. Barcelona go 2-0 up against Dinamo Zagreb. Anton Reinhardt with the goal. Reinhardt is a fantastic player, as we've seen. Milad Zouhi with the goal for Real Madrid. As Milivojevic climbs highest and heads that clear for Bdin. Doing really well here, though, so far in this first half against Lian. Match stats-wise, it looks fairly close, but Zanis is forced into the save. Diogo Clement comes back and scores against the team he spent some time on loan with. That's a little bit disappointing. Zanis possibly could have done a little bit better, but the defending from the initial free kick was not the greatest. Who is that at that back post? It's number 68, which must be David Arroyo. Not great defending from David there. Maybe not the player that we want doing the defending. And Lian has sort of taken the momentum in this first half and have sort of taken control of it. Hopefully we can have a little bit of a better second half. We might actually do this. We want that. We want that. We don't want Milivojevic there. Let's get Manuel on. Royo can't play out there, I don't think. No. So we're going to introduce Germano Nane. And we're going to swap those two around. And let's go for that and see if we can have some better luck in the second half. We were sort of started getting a little bit outplayed there towards the back end of that second half. Hopefully this one does it for us and we get ourselves back into this game. Lian with the ball, though. It's Alami to VR to Barragana. Barragana allowed to turn in the midfield. That's pretty poor. It's Diogo Clement, Dornier, Gonzalez. Clement again inside the area. What a save from Zanis there. Had to get something on it. It's a fantastic save from the young Greek. As Sanchez on this left-hand side for Lian to whip the corner in. Goes deep. I think it's Lund who's headed that behind. Kenny Lund climbs highest. Gets the ball behind for another corner for Lian, which Dornier is going to take. Again, it goes deep. Again, we get the first head on it. It's Lima this time, and Germano Nane picks the ball up. We're not going to see the highlight, though. Is the tactical change working? Possibly. Here's Medina with that long throw he's got. Finds Lima, the Brazilian. Set piece goal. Fantastic from Lima. Like I say, the elder statesman of the club now is Lima. Been here a long time. It's a great throw from Medina. Lima right on the goalkeeper. heads the ball into the back of the net. We are going to make another change though. Diogo Costa looks a little bit tired, so we're going to get Elias on. Lima himself is actually tired, so we're going to get Ricky Danzabe on that right hand side as well. Get some fresh legs on. It's Baptiste for Lyon. Finds Dornier, looking to get back into the game again. That's Laporte. Laporte's hit the underside of the crossbar and it's bounced out, and Lima just needs to get rid. Navarro helps it on, and Navarro completes the clearance. We're living dangerously there. And Leon applying the pressure again in this latter half. Oh, they've gone close. The latter stages of the half. And we're sort of hanging on a little bit here in France. It's been quite an even game in terms of stats and XG. But into injury time at the end of the game, it does look like we're going to hold on. Brun and Cadela have not had the best of games. That's good. Man City beat Marseille 5-0. That's massive. Rodriguez with this corner. Bit of time wasting going on here. We're in the final couple of seconds, and it's Rodriguez. He goes deep looking for Lund. Can't quite keep his header down. But that is the full-time whistle. Lima with the winning goal. It's a great win away from home in France. Exactly what we needed if we're going to try and catch France in the coefficients. Hopefully the Portuguese teams had an absolute stinker. That's a fantastic result as well. Porto won. That's not great. That is the only Portuguese team and the only two French teams who have played in the Champions League today. Good result from a bidding point of view, though. It's £2.4 million in the bank. We are tired, surprisingly, already this season. I think Kenny actually played some international football while we were away. So, how did we do there? We've scored a 2.3, which is more than France. Get in. Woo! That's really good. Obviously the other Bulgarian teams haven't played yet because Champions League's played first and we're the only team in it from Bulgaria. I've rambled on far too much in this episode though, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the new players. What do you think of the new signings? Obviously the massive amounts of money that we've spent but also brought in. We are going to be back to take on Marseille again in France, where hopefully we can, at the Stade de Marseille, hopefully we can do quite well. We've qualified by then as well, hopefully. I'm dreading this though, absolutely dreading going to Barcelona after the last time that we were there. It didn't end well, 6-0. It didn't end well. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in Marseille.